Hi, Kate here for another coffee chat for the end of the month of September. I'm pretty thirsty. I went for a run this morning with a couple of friends who are training for the Detroit International Half Marathon. They'll get to run over the bridge and through the tunnel. I was training for that, but because of my injury for my hip, I am no longer training for that, but I do like to get some exercise in, and so they invited me for a lap. They were running much too fast for me, so I bounced after the first lap. I wanted to do 5K, but I ended up doing 3.5K. Tegan is not happy. Just hold on a sec. There she is. So yeah, I got some exercise in. I joined a new gym that my friends are members of. I got a trial period for I think 7 classes. I kind of already knew that I would like it. I kind of already knew about their programming and stuff. I was doing an online programming that is very similar to that one, but I was trying to do it at home, and my weights are just not heavy enough. And I think it's nice to have it be like kind of a social thing for me, so that I can go right from work to there and use that as a way to unwind and get my brain pumping. I don't know why brains pump. I don't think they pump. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying that part because I miss doing the Olympic lifting, definitely. And I miss having kind of like a gym atmosphere, so I'm happy to get back into that. The first month of school went pretty well. The first week was probably the best first week that I've ever had in my career. Very grateful for that, and for the students who were I was hoping would be a little more energetic from the start, but they definitely have their energy now. The honeymoon is over. And I think we're getting to know each other. We're getting to know the routines. I was feeling super duper exhausted at the end of every day, and so I literally did not work on videos. I mean, I did teeny tiny bits here and there, but really not any significant progress was made on my videos. I am making a video that is going to be coming up this week because I need it for my own class. It would be a video on the letter I, because we're starting with the letter I for the science of reading. I'm starting to feel less exhausted when I get home from work, so I'm hoping that I will be able to, in my own time, start working on meta mindset stuff so everybody else can use it. But as I said, I'm not going to make any promises about how frequently I'm going to be publishing those videos, because I know, especially in September and October, I feel generally pretty overwhelmed when I'm teaching full-time. So I'm trying to unplug at the end of the day so that I can take some time for myself, the time that I need to regulate my emotions and everything. I'm going to show you the bulletin board that we did. That's available on TPT if you're interested in that. We did the activity where you look in the mirror and you say positive affirmations to yourself. Somebody did ask me if I could make a positive affirmation video, and I said yes, but that's something that is going to take quite a while for me to get to, because I'm got some other things lined up first. I'm currently updating my October morning meeting slides, and I'm planning for the week. I'll be printing off my learning centers. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of things that I'm always getting new books, and I'm a pretty slow reader, so I'm trying my best to get this done by the end of the month, but I have one more chapter in this book about meditation in the brain. I kind of knew a lot of the stuff that's in here, but I think it might be a good starter book for somebody who's looking to have research-based information that would back up why you would like to implement more physical activity into your daily schedule at school, for example, or even in your own life separate from school. So many benefits to physical activity, and also how physical activity affects your brain. It can improve executive function. It can improve your working memory. It's just beneficial all around, and we should all be doing more physical activity to help ourselves regulate our emotions and just to feel better generally. And the kids definitely need that. They definitely need playtime and things like that too, but definitely more physical activity in their lives. My next book is going to be, I mentioned this last time, but This Is Your Brain on Food. I'm excited to get into that one. I have a feeling that I'm going to be very interested in it, but that I'm also going to take me a while to read, because there's going to be a lot of nutritional information in it, and I have this feeling like it's going to be science-y. I also finally purchased this for myself. I do write in a journal. I just was kind of looking for some more guidance on kind of daily prompts, because I have been writing in my journal for quite some time. I did make a video about this on YouTube about me trying to write daily, read 10 pages daily. I find that to be a struggle, especially when I'm super duper tired. So I kind of was hoping that this little prompt thing would be helpful. Sometimes me inventing my own journal entry feels overwhelming, or feels like I can't organize my thoughts to get them all like down on paper. Just kind of exhausting, I guess. Oh, for the first month, I did make a couple of videos, but they're like kind of unfinished. I was going to do like a vlog thing, and I really did not have enough energy to get through that. So I am just going to like put some of that stuff up here so you guys can see that extra content. I did get up at 5:30, but it took me a while to get out of bed. Good morning. I can't believe I'm awake right now. And okay, time to get ready. Okay, I am getting ready a lot slower than I planned, but it's still way before school time. It's still 10 to 7. I'm gonna buy breakfast because I'm going so slowly this morning. I need a coffee. Yeah, so I'm about to get ready to go to school. Here we go. So, unfortunately, my music doesn't work while I'm making a video in here. Wait! I got up at 5:30 in the morning because I went to bed at like 9 o'clock last night. I've been feeling very tired this week. But the first day went really well. My kids are already asking me when they can have some homework. And when are we gonna do math? You know, like 1 + 1. I say too much. So far, so good. Said it again. I read 3 books so far. We did a couple of craftivities. The group is playing very well when I'm giving them time to do free play with some games and Legos and things like that. The salutation has been a little bit hard for them because you kind of have to get out of your shell to imagine and have fun and stuff. So they're not there yet. They're a little bit apprehensive still. So I'm excited to see how they're going to respond when we do the morning meetings and they actually feel like they can be themselves. I did a good job of, I think, breathing and like being aware of that, and that's something I'm really working on, because I am the barometer of the classroom, and I want to make sure that I feel regulated so that I can, be a better teacher and a better leader and a better person in the classroom. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job of that. I haven't meditated yet this week because I've been feeling quite exhausted, actually. So every time I close my eyes, I'm like falling asleep, so I can't. It's hard for me to meditate. But I did show them some breathing exercises, and they responded well to that. I've been having a lot of fun talking to kids that I am getting to know this week, so that's fun. 2 more days. Okay. I've changed my plan of it for today. I was going to do something else, and I'm really too tired to get it prepared. So we're going to play some games, and we're going to read a different book, and I'm going to teach them how to use the school supplies today. A couple of them got upset that I organized it and it's not in their desk anymore. But I really needed to count it all to make sure that I have enough for everyone. Not that I'm pooling their stuff together or anything. I'm just specifically the duotangs. I went to Staples to see about getting some yesterday, and my thing's falling over. And they're 99 cents each, and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that they were that expensive. But it's going to end up costing me $200 to get all the ones that I don't have, so I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, and the other thing is, I was going to start my phone calls to home yesterday, but it's still kind of chaotic at the end of the day at our school, where it was yesterday, so I'm going to try to start tonight. I sent a questionnaire home, and I do that to kind of like feel out like how responsive the parents are going to be, what kind of stuff do they see of their kid at home, like if they were going to write it down, and then I'm going to start calling the parents who have responded so far, and just have a little discussion about how their child is doing so far, and talk with them, just kind of introduce myself over the phone. Trying not to stay more than an hour after school. Now, the first day I stayed until 6 p.m., so it was almost a 12-hour day. Yeah, it was quite long. Just really want to get the school supplies organized. I think it's 2 things. The kids get so excited when you ask them to get their school supplies out, and it's very hard for them to actually follow the instructions that you're giving. And I still haven't figured a great way to do it. This year I said, just take all the stuff that's in your backpack and put it into your desk. All the stuff that's in the backpack, in your desk. There were a couple people who had so many things, like 6 boxes of Kleenex, that I couldn't put it in the desk. So those things I took and I labeled right away. But there's basically nobody did the instruction, but they did take the stuff out of their bag. It just didn't get into the desk. And I think it's 2 things. Either one thing is those kids didn't know all that stuff was in their backpack, and they're like, whoa, look at all this stuff in here. And 2, it's some of the kids knew exactly what was in there, and they have been waiting for a while to touch that stuff, so they just take it out and they are playing with it and touching it, and I just struggle as a teacher to try and figure out how am I gonna get them to just don't mess with it. because I want to make sure everybody has, you know, what they have. I tried it before where you do one at a time, and that was not a terrible idea. That was a very bad idea. They're like, I have 4 pencils. I was like, no, don't yell it out. Everybody's talking at the same time. Oh boy. Anyway, I have a bunch of kids that keep asking me when it's time to exercise. So, oh, that's the other thing. I got a lot of like sly smiles, but nobody out loud said, are you meta mindset or you're meta mindset or anything like that. But a lot of like, you know, and kids asking me when are we going to exercise. So I don't know if they think I'm a gym teacher or what, but I feel like I'm going to have like an area in the classroom that's for like when some kids are done, they do like a CrossFit workout by themselves, because like I had one kid doing pull-ups on the table. I was like, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but that's not the best idea. I don't want the table to flip over. Anyway, I wanted to get some thoughts out on video because I do not have enough energy to write it down, definitely. And I don't know if any of this information is interesting or useful for you, but there you go. I'm almost at school now. I don't live that far away from the school. I was planning on going about an hour ago, and that didn't happen, so I'm just putzing around. I know I'm not getting enough sleep. My brain is like having a really hard time processing and making decisions. Because when I get to school, I'm like, you know, I think I've probably answered about like 6,000 questions in the past 2 days, so it's just really exhausting. It's hard because so many people are so curious about, you know, I don't know, a bunch of kids in grade 1 or that came, I said, hi, I'm your teacher, welcome to 1st grade, and they're like, am I in 1st grade? And I was like, oh, you didn't know that? Okay. It's interesting. Oh, so many things happened on the first day. I can't say it all, but it was very, very eventful. Yeah. If you're a first year teacher, you definitely learn on the first day real quick that you really have to learn how to go with the flow, because that's what's going on. It's like even if you made a plan, that plan ain't happening. Well, some of it's maybe happening, hopefully. Okay, guys, I'll see you later. I did make a website for the class. It's a Google Slides that you can put into like presenter mode and send a link or even like make a QR code for it. And then the parents have access to information about things that are coming up or reminders, that sort of thing. So far, it seems like people are using it. I also put a lot of links to French TV shows, French games, French YouTube videos, reading platforms that are free on the internet. I also put information about what we're learning in math and French, and put like the videos that we're using to sing. I put a couple of online math manipulative links so that the kids can practice it at home. And I also did a similar thing for reading. So I put the songs that we've been singing during our lessons about vowels and letters and consonants and all that sort of stuff. And then also a couple of games for the sounds that we'll be going over first, and so that they can practice that type of thing at home too. Generally, I feel really good to be back into the classroom. I'm enjoying getting to know the students in my class. I'm doing my best to regulate my emotions and communicate and be patient, and that requires a lot of executive functioning, and it's more on a higher level than what I was doing before. I did want to mention that I found somebody on Instagram. I've started sharing her stories to Instagram because I find it very valuable, and I also signed up for her newsletter What is her name? Her Instagram is called Tera Sumpter _ SLP. Just a couple of posts that spoke to me and I felt like she was talking to me directly. This one right here. We do not have an endless supply of executive function. I experience this daily. It's the end of the day. I've been asked all the questions, focused hard on work, and officially can no longer self-regulate well. I feel like this at the end of the day as a 45-year-old woman with a fully developed brain. Imagine how our children feel at the end of their long days. And she says, do you experience this yourself? You make it to the end of the day and you literally can't process one more question or manage one more demand. You literally run out of executive function, that ability to self-direct. You might zone out and appear disengaged. Or maybe you lose the ability of self-control and snap at those around you. We all experience this. Also, she has a book that I would like to purchase, and I might do that right now. It's available on Amazon. It's called The Seeds of Learning, a cognitive processing model for speech, language, literacy, and executive functioning. It's $25, and I am going to purchase it. Yeah, so I'm going to buy that book and I'm going to read it, and hopefully one day I will be able to share my knowledge with everyone. As I said, I'm really starting to get back into the groove finally. Anyway, that's an interesting person to follow, I believe, about executive function. I think the post that got me was, when children enter kindergarten, the key question is not whether they know the alphabet or can add and subtract. Instead, the important skills include impulse control, attention span, emotional regulation. These abilities don't develop on their own. These are executive functioning skills: impulse control, attention span, emotional regulation. Executive functioning is the foundation of all learning. That was the post that got me to sign up for her newsletter. So if you're interested in signing up for her newsletter, totally recommend it. I found her on Instagram. I will share the link in the thing below here. If these copy chats are things that you are interested in, then please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I appreciate your support very, very much. How did that happen? That was amazing. Sending you much love on your second month of school, if you're a teacher. And if you're not, I'm still sending you much love. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Au revoir.